presiding over this case. As the deputy said, just make yourself comfortable in that chair. Scoot up just a little bit. We need to get you about 12 to 15 inches from that microphone. It does adjust up, down, left, right as you need it. If you speak in a loud, clear voice right into it, it'll pick up everything.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. Please state your name.
Alicia Byers.
Can you spell your first name and last name, please?
ALICIABYERS.
And your relationship to Ashley Benefield.
She's my daughter.
And when did she start living with you in Florida?
I can't clearly remember.
Okay. Was there a time when Ashley moved in with you when she was pregnant?
Yes.
Okay. And she was married at the time, but it was just Ashley that moved in?
Yeah, he brought her down.
Okay.
And yes, and yeah.
And she moved in with you?
Yeah. He told me I needed to take care of her. He dropped her off.
Okay. So she stayed with you from that time on, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And does Ashley have a concealed weapons permit?
Yes.
Does she own firearms?
She doesn't now, no.
Did she own firearms then?
Yes.
Okay. How many?
2, I think. Yeah, 2.
Did she ever go to the firing range or anything?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay. How frequently would she go?
Well, we did all the courses to get the concealed carry, and I don't remember.
Okay. And very shortly before the shooting, she went to the shooting range with your neighbor, correct, John Fantz?
I don't think that was close to that time, no.
So it may not have been close in time, but they have gone together? Ashley and John Sands?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. And you and your daughter obviously are very close. You lived together, just the two of you, right, for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then once the baby was born, the baby lived there with you.
Correct.
Correct? Okay. And around that time of the shooting, were you planning to move to Maryland?
Yes.
And you had a house that you inherited in Maryland?
It was the house I grew up in.
Okay. And you inherited that house?
Yes.
So your plan was to move to Maryland with Ashley and Emerson, the baby?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Doug, Ashley's husband, was also moving to Maryland?
He was moving somewhere else. He was, yeah.
Okay.
He had found his dream job.
So he was moving to Maryland, but not moving into your same house?
Correct.
Okay. And he was moving, packing up to move at the same time you were?
I assume so, yeah.
But he was coming over to help
Yes.
you move?
Yes.
And on a regular basis, almost every day, he was at your house?
Maybe the last week.
Okay.
Yes.
Helping move boxes and things like that?
Yes.
And you all rented a U-Haul, right?
Somebody rented a U-Haul. I don't know who.
It was in your driveway, though, correct?
No, it was not my driveway.
The day the shooting happened, was it in your driveway?
It, I think it.
If you don't know,
The
that's
U-Haul
okay.
was getting there when I was leaving.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you also had a pod, one
Correct.
of those
That was in my driveway.
in your
Yes.
driveway. Okay. On the date of the shooting, what time did Doug get to your house? Do you remember?
No, I mean, it was, I can guess, maybe like 5 or something. I don't know.
So it was still light out?
Oh, yeah.
And maybe in the afternoon sometime?
Yeah, I don't clearly know.
Okay. So when he showed up, what did you do? Did you stay there or leave?
I was leaving when he pulled up.
And where did you go?
We went to the park.
Okay. And when you say we, who is we?
Oh, Emerson and I.
Okay.
Yes.
So just you and Emerson, and
Yes.
how old was she at the time?
So I guess 2, maybe. Yeah.
Approximately.
Yeah.
And at the house, was it just Doug and Ashley then
Yes.
when you left?
Mm-hmm.
And you've obviously been in contact with your daughter almost every day since the shooting, correct?
Leading. No, I will roll.
You've been in contact with her basically every day, correct?
Not initially, no.
For the last several years, you've been in contact with her every day.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I
And
don't know how to, okay, yeah.
did she ever, during any of these conversations, tell you what happened when she had to shoot Doug?
Never. Nope.
When you came back from the park, I'm assuming she was already in the squad car or she was already with law enforcement?
I had no idea where she was.
I'll sustain.
Okay. So at the time that the shooting happened, she didn't tell you what happened,
No,
correct?
we've never talked about it.
And
No, overruled.
to this day, you've never talked about it.
No.
Thank you. No further questions.
Cross.
Good morning, Ms. Byers.
Morning.
Are you nervous?
Yes, very.
Scared?
Yeah.
All right. Let's try to relax. If my questions aren't clear, please just ask me to repeat it.
Okay. Thank you.
Was there ever a time when you and Ashley resided here in Bradenton, in the home, that Doug lived in that house?
Never.
Would it be safe to assume, and perhaps you can enlighten us a little bit, how was your relationship with your granddaughter, Emerson?
Oh, very good. Yes.
Okay.
We're very close.
And would you try to spend time with her?
Yes.
Would that include you taking her somewhere on a regular type basis?
Yeah. Oh,
Would that be to the park?
yes.
And tell ladies and gentlemen of the jury, Ms. Byers, how often you engaged in that practice of you and Emerson going to the park?
Usually several times a week. And we'd go after it cooled down because the park does not have very good, tree coverage, so it was very hot. That was the only comfortable time to go.
So we think trying to avoid the heat or
Oh, yeah.
minimize it, it'd be later in the afternoon.
Yeah, it was brutal out there otherwise.
Yeah.
Florida,
Almost as bad as it is now.
Right, exactly.
How far away was the park?
It's a short walk. I mean, we'd always walk over there, so I don't know, take us maybe 5 minutes to get there.
Okay.
So,
And on this particular day, I think you told Miss O'Donnell, if I'm not mistaken, you were actually in the process of going with Emerson to the park when Doug arrived?
yes, we're walking down the driveway and I had her in the stroller.
And on this particular occasion, there was nothing unusual about you going to the park, just
Oh,
like
no.
you
No,
did
that's
regularly?
Yes.
Give me a moment, Your Honor,
Yes,
please.
sir.
I believe that's all I have, Your Honor. Thank you, Ms.
Can you redirect?
No.
Oh, hold on, ma'am, don't get up yet. No redirect.
No.
Can this witness be released?
Yes.
Yes.
Ma'am, you are released from your subpoena. The rule of sequestration had been invoked, but you're now released from your obligation.
Okay. All right, thank
There
you.
you go. Thank you.
Judge, I apologize.